Hollywood FC is dead. PSG is now born and reborn, kinda. Arsenal is a scary side, let's be honest. Like, you guys are doing well, not only this season, but for the past 2-3 seasons, a different Arsenal.
Trying to keep Timber fresh for Southampton, isn't it?
That's the strategy.
Nah, Timber.
That's too much, man. That's too much. No.
It's so sensitive.
British arrogance, man.
We're in the title race, bro. We need this.
This is disrespectful.
I was about to say Southampton as well.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. This Tuesday is AFC versus PSG in the UCL. Who end up with a W? Only time will tell. Let us.
That was your best one.
Wow.
Yeah, you like that
It was shit.
Oh my God.
It was shit. It was your best one ever.
That was smooth as well.
That was a one
you like that?
That was so smooth, mate. Oh my God.
Come on, Rob, man.
Smashed it.
Come on,
Robbie,
brother.
if you've heard some of the ones he's done before,
Pull up.
one day he said roses are red, violets are blue, something about Chelsea, and it was just.
That's about as bad as Man United's performance against Tottenham. You know what I mean? That was shocking.
Well, as you can see, people, we've got a big panel for the preview today. We've got Stu, the Parisian Londoners. I say Gooner, then Parisian.
This is Robbie saying this, but why not Parisian Gunnar? Hey, don't do that, man.
So we're going to give you a full preview. We'll give you all the information. You're going to hear from the rival fan as well. It's going to be a really good preview. So make sure you stay with us. But before I get into that, this preview is brought to you by Paramatch UK, and here's a little bit more information on them here. Arsenal are back under the European floodlights as they host PSG at the Emirates in what will no doubt be an exciting tie. PSG come out 1-0 winners at home to Girona in the first Champions League match this season, whilst the Gunners were held at a 0-0 draw against Atalanta. Our friends over at Paramatch UK are offering you £40 worth of free bets for this occasion. To claim this offer, simply create a Paramatch UK account, opt in to the promotion, and then place a £10 bet on any football market. Remember, guys, you must be 18 or over and a UK resident, and full terms and conditions apply with all the links you need in the description below. Please gamble responsibly. A huge thank you to Paramatch UK for sponsoring this video. It's Arsenal versus PSG in the Champions League. It's their second game this Tuesday, 8 p.m. kickoff at the Emirates Stadium. Let's get straight into it. Who do you want to start with? Do you want to start with our thoughts and feelings, or do we go to the guests?
Go on.
We start?
Ladies first.
It's come with smoke. It's come with smoke. Turkish tomorrow. I mean, on Tuesday we play PSG. How you feeling ahead of this game?
I'm confident. Firstly, I think PSG are not the team that we've come to fear over the years, even though they never really got over the line or made it click in terms of the ambition of the owners. I'd say the ambition of the owners were to get the Champions League. Messi's and Mbappe's and Neymar's throughout the years. But that's not to say I don't think they could be a bigger threat than they was then. The expectation was on them then, and they never really went on and fulfilled it. Mm-hmm. This time around, it seemed like they're going very much under the radar. They're still top of the French league. Yep. They've still got quality players. I'm confident about it. I'm excited about it because it's a big team in the Champions League, and that's what the Champions League's about. It's not about Sturm Graz and Rapid Vienna. It's about the PSGs and the Real Madrids and the getting to play these teams. So confident, excited.
Okay, fair, Robbie. Arteta's playing, his old club in PSG.
Exactly.
How are you feeling ahead of this game?
Yeah, no, I'm like with Turkish. I'm looking forward to the game. It's a huge game. I think it's a great matchup. And I'm interested to see how it's all going to work out. I mean, PSG, obviously, they don't have the sort of Galacticos no more in your Mbappe's and Messi's and people like that. But as that now made them more of a team. Because I did used to feel before, even when you watch a lot of PSG games, they were too reliant upon those big superstar players to the detriment of them being an actual, real team. Yeah. Now, there are no, there's still, there are lots of stars, but no superstars. That'd be the right way to say it. The team's stacked with brilliant players. But then I think Arsenal team's stacked with brilliant players. And I think this is a real even game. And, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Arsenal testing himself in the Champions League against, a really, really top side. So we really could do with winning this game. The first game, not easy to go away to Atalanta. They won the Europa League. They've got some good players. It's not an easy place to go to. Went there, we got a draw. I didn't think we played very well that day. But here's a chance now at home in front of our fans. I know PSG, including this guy, they'll come
3,000 ultras, mate.
3,000 ultras,
3,000,
right?
mate.
So
No, just fans, ultras.
they'll come rocking up, all dressed in black. You know what I mean? Looking intimidating. Like,
Maybe.
trying to. What we got to do is
Balaclavas and stuff, yeah?
what we got to do is send them back on the Eurostar, right? Miserable, right? You know what I mean? That's what we got to do with them, right? But it's gonna be a great atmosphere. They've got some great fans, so I'm looking forward to this.
And on that as well, like sending them back. Listen, the last time you guys have played, the last 3 times playing a UK team it was Newcastle the 4-1 that you lost, and City as well twice that you lost as well. So, but your league form, you're unbeaten. We're unbeaten in the league as well. Stu, how are you feeling against playing?
I have mixed feelings about that game. I'm feeling confident, as you said, Robbie. The squad looks more like a team than before. Hollywood FC is dead. PSG is now born and reborn, kinda. I'll probably say we have the strength, we have the quality. Arsenal is a scary side, let's be honest. Like, you guys are doing well, not only this season, but for the past 2-3 seasons, a different Arsenal. Back in the days, we were not scared of you, but now it's clicked. Now it's working for you guys. So you have the home advantage as well, but we like playing away. So I'd probably say, I'm confident because the Luis Enrique style of play has now clicked as well, thanks to the fact that we got rid of those big superstars and we're no longer playing only for one player, etc. Yeah. But we do have a new legacy, as in Barcola being the new Mbappe, as in Vitinha bossing the midfield, as in João Neves being the new Verratti. Wow. This is the type of player that is also on the attitude on the pitch. Us fans, we are so excited about that squad.
Talk to us a bit more just on some of those players, because Barcola scored 6 and 6. Is that a true story of like him stepping into Mbappe's shoes, feeling it? And also you spoke about Neves as well. Why are they being so good? Maybe the fact that they're no longer playing for other big players anymore. Yeah. Let's be honest. Like, they have more freedom on the pitch as well. They're no longer under the shadow of those big names as well, so they're feeling a bit more free. Can they cause Arsenal problems? We got Saliba,
I'm not scared. I'm not scared of Saliba. Especially Saliba. You're not scared of Saliba? Previous Marseille, he's from Paris. Yeah. He has a soft spot for Marseille, played for Marseille as well. We consider him a traitor as well. So Saliba, we need to...
He's over there on loan.
No. We need to take good care of Saliba. And trust me, Barcola, unfortunately not Ousmane, because Dembele is not going to play. Yeah.
Why is that? Why is he not playing?
I don't know, man. There's this disciplinary stuff. Partly has been he challenged the coach for the past 2 previous games and he decided to sanction him. I think the timing is poor. We have to play Colomwani. Now, no disrespect to Colomwani. I think he's a quality player, but even last season he was not delivering. The beginning of the season is very complicated for him. So the front three will be Barcola. We have the Korean player Lee, and then it will be Colomwani. But still quality.
He had
injured.
Injured.
You've got loads. What about, is Donnarumma going to be available?
Of course, I hope so, mate. The Russian goalkeeper is alright, but we need Donnarumma on that kind of game, 100%. So he's going to play, yeah.
You sure? Yeah. You see,
man, I pray for it, man. What do you want me to say?
Vitinha as well. Is he going to be confirmed to be playing the class? There's so many players.
Yeah.
Is he going to be there?
Yeah. He's been confirmed. So
good player.
Yeah, very good player. I think we had a great sides. The advantage that you have is that you guys are playing the Premier League, so you play big games week in, week out. Yeah. Let's be honest. I hate this Farmers League thing. I've been fighting this for the past few years. But mate, it's very competing, by the way, the French league this season with Marseille and Monaco. There are just few points difference. So. But yeah, you guys are probably more trained than us in the league, so it's going to be challenging, but we can definitely make it, 100%. Yeah,
both teams unbeaten in their respective
Who did you say the
leagues.
midfield's going to be?
João Neves, Warren Zaïre-Emery, Vitinha. Probably Fabian Ruiz as well might play. If we have the Fabian Ruiz from the Euros, it's going to be a madness.
Yeah, you got a good team. Look, you seem confident, Stu, but if you look at your last Champions League game, I know you beat Girona, but that was a dubious goal.
It was poor game. No, it was poor
you
game.
guys
I
didn't look good
attended the
at all
game.
then.
But you know what? We underestimated Girona as well, because I know they got rid of most of their good players this season. But if they got qualified, it's also for a reason. Unfortunately, the beginning of La Liga, I think they played Real Madrid, they got smashed. They played Barcelona, they got smashed. So people thought because they got smashed, they have, they're not very good side. But trust me, I was impressed. I was in the stands. It was very solid. The high pressing did not really work out for us. They recycled the ball very well. I've been really impressed by Girona, but our side was also very slow, it was sleepy, man. So not a very good game. But I hope we're gonna step up for that. We need to step up for that game.
Yeah, it's a big game coming to the Emirates. You're gonna have to play better than what you played against Girona. But listen, our first game in the Champions League, we drew. Like Robbie mentioned at the beginning. Let's talk a little bit about Arsenal. I know you said Ousmane Dembele is probably ruled out now. Obviously, Luis Enrique said he's not going to, because of disciplinary reasons, he's not going to play. We've heard that Calafiori and Ben White are in contention for Arsenal. Does that boost you guys more confident for this game, or did it matter without them for both of you?
No, Calafiori injury would have been, because we're very light without, a couple names have been in and out defensively. Tomiyasu's already out, so if Calafiori was added to that on the knee that we all know he's had problems with before, there would have been issues there. But Ben White being back in contention, he's missed the last couple of games. We can't forget about him. A lot of people are tending to forget about how good he has been. All of a sudden now it's him, struggling to get back in. Is the future without him? Listen, he's been the best right back for a long time, or second best if you include Trent in that. So for me, I think defensively, I don't really have concerns. It's going to be interesting because they got a good attack. Barcolo's on form and Lee up front. Well, he scored a few goals this season as well.
He's really good this season.
He just scored one on the weekend as well.
He did.
So it's gonna be a good test. But defensively, we're solid. The midfield battle is going to be
stronger
interesting.
than us, I'd probably say defensively.
The midfield
we did recruit this Colombian guy called Pacho. He's very, very good since the beginning of the season. Really impressed by him. I think Marquinhos going to play, and then we have on the side Hakimi and Nuno Mendes. So
what's your away form like? Your last away game was 1-1 against Stade de Reims. Are you good away? We traditionally, so far, we are very good away. I think at home, sometimes
we don't have a good record away.
Well.
Not really, no. Not really. Obviously, we're better at home, but this is a European game again.
That's true.
Remember, London, Paris is around the corner. See, Parisian Londoner, we're here. And mate, I think the fact that also your stadium, your away section is quite big, to be fair. In Europe, you have 3,000 seats. When we're going Bayern Munich or Dortmund or even Newcastle, it was way less than this. And I think people also playing Arsenal, it's really motivating for the fans as well.
A lot of French fans
push
know
them.
Arsenal, isn't it? So
there's this as well. Yeah.
We haven't played each other much though. I only remember the one that was.
I think last time was 2016.
Cavani scored.
2016.
Giroud scored the penalty.
Yeah, 2016.
But before that, I don't remember any from.
No, 93, 94 in Europe, we lost 1-0.
Yes.
And then we lost 2-1 again.
93, 94.
It was called the C2 back in the days. It was not the Champions League. But yeah, we never won against Arsenal.
Yeah, no, we have the Opta stat will be coming up. We've won 1 and lost. Won 1 and drawn 3 in the last 4 times playing PSG.
I'm interested. You spoke a lot about the defence there, and listen, if Ben White comes back in, I have absolutely no problem with that at all because he's been brilliant. Yeah, he's been brilliant and he's rested. So to me, if anything, I'll put Ben White in and then have, on the left-hand side, I'll put Timber. If there's any sort of, problems with Calafiori. And Calafiori, remember, still getting used to the team.
Yeah.
But up front, I feel this is an area in which we can hurt PSG because the two wide players do get very forward. You know what I mean? Hakimi on one wing,
Nuno Mendes on the other.
They bomb forward, right? That for me is win that ball back and exploit those wide areas with Saka, with Martinelli. You know what I mean? I think that's where we can get a lot of joy in those wide areas.
Counter-attacking.
Right? Sorry?
Counter-attacking football, you mean?
At home,
not necessarily strictly counter-attacking in a way, but not necessarily that we're going to be camped out.
Back, yeah.
But I do feel that you'll see Arsenal try and move the ball into those areas quickly because your wide players get forward. And Mikel Arteta is a manager that will adjust this style of play, but he won't just say to himself, right, we're playing at home, we're going attack. He will have a tactic worked out. And I think when you look at PSG, as I said, the way those wide players get so far forward, you get that ball up to Saka, where he can get into one-on-one situations, and also getting Martinelli getting the ball in behind. I think we can have a lot of joy there. It's going to be a good game because, I feel we've got a really good side at the moment. Some good players in there. Declan Rice is starting to, really play well in that midfield area. Trossard.
Martin Odegaard is back, yeah?
No.
He's not back.
Odegaard's not back,
Mikel
so
Merino he won't be playing, but
I don't think Marino will be fit for that game. But Trossard has been playing well, played very well on the weekend. And then Ethan Wanieri came on. I know you got Zaire Emery. We've got like Ethan Wanieri's like our Zaire Emery. He's come on and he looked brilliant in that little cameo that he had. And there's been a lot of people talking about him starting. I wouldn't personally start him in this game.
No, nor would I.
I would still probably go with Trossard, but he's an option.
Stu, how do PSG come to the Emirates and play? Would you think, would they sit back? And I know you like to dominate possession, but if you come to the Emirates and go for it, which you only play us once, we'd have a reverse fixture. That might play into Arsenal's hands. How do you see you go, like Robbie said, your fullbacks flying forward and you just going all out attack? Or
it depends on the gaffer, because with this new format of the Champions League, if he's going to do the calculations and stuff, he might play a strategic game. Say if we draw, it's going to be fine. If we win against the 4, no disrespect to the other 4 clubs that we have in our
fixture list basically.
So I don't know how he's gonna think about this, but we have Bayern Munich, we have Man City.
Oh, bloody hell!
No, if it was the old-fashioned Champions League format, it would have been the group of death. Bayern Munich, Man City, Arsenal, and the other one is I forgot. But we have like massive.
And you were a seeded club.
Yeah.
Were you a top seed?
No.
Are you in the second pot like us? Yeah.
That's mad.
So I'm trying to find their fixtures.
The 4th one.
And Girona, there's a decent. We got Girona.
You got RB Salzburg as well.
Salzburg, we have Stuttgart,
Girona,
Man City, Bayern Munich, Arsenal, and there's
you got
one.
City at home.
At home, yeah.
Well, that's a good game.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game.
Do you like the new format? Then?
To be fair, as a fan, it's good because we have more games.
Yeah.
But from a football professional sport perspective, I'm just scared that we're going to pick up too many injuries, and we already have quite a few. So
you've got enough squad playing.
Not really, Robbie. Our bench is not really good. To be fair, when you think about it, you have your bench is looking better than us. So mate, we have quite a few injuries already. So, and we have very fragile players like Usman. All those players, they need to be focused. And if the pace is too big and they can cope with the new format, is going to be challenging.
Let me just draw to the Arsenal fans quickly. What's the more important game for you? Tomorrow's game or this weekend game against Southampton? What's most important?
Come on, mate. Are you comparing us to Southampton?
I'm just.
You see, that's such an English thing, yeah.
Stop that.
Premier League. We're talking about Champions League.
We're trying to go.
You say he's PSG.
We're trying we want the Premier League, but Stu, we want the Premier League.
That's too much, man. That's too much. No.
It's so sensitive.
British arrogance, man.
We're in the title race, bro. We need this.
This is disrespectful.
I was about to say Southampton as well.
What?
Stuart, bro, we go way back, bro.
Turkish.
But I'm gonna say Southampton.
Turkish.
Bro, we could
Champions League, PSG.
I know.
Southampton.
I know. Dreams are made in Champions League. I get that, but league is the bread and butter. I need
bread and butter of what? Would you rather win the Champions League or win the Premier League?
Yeah.
I've answered this recently. Premier League.
Okay. I don't know about you.
Why? Explain why.
Because
the Premier League is more prestigious
we don't win it
for
every
you
year.
than
We haven't won it for a long time.
I know.
I think. Listen.
But what about the Champions League?
We've never won it. It's like 51-49 Premier League for me because we haven't won it in so long. I want to be the best in England before the best in Europe.
You are so focused on your own league.
Premier League seems more realistic.
No, the thing is, right?
Maybe it's because we haven't won it.
In no way, right? In no way are we disrespecting PSG because.
No, I know, but the fact that you so focused on the Premier League is insane.
Even me personally, I don't look on no French league as no Farmers League because even remember last year we went to Lens. We didn't win that game. We lost that game. You know what I mean? So I remember going to Rennes.
Barca's, they
You know
lost
what I mean?
against Monaco.
They gave us
Yeah.
a tough game. You know what I mean? So that league, the teams step up. I mean, especially the teams near. I think with that league, right, with the French league, is that the more you go down it, those teams wouldn't be able to compete in the
Agreed.
Premier League, right? But the teams at the top, they could, right? And you know, and compete very, very well as well. So it's obviously PSG is dangerous, but I get why Turkish is saying that,
Southampton
because
is
you know,
more
also,
important.
you know, you got to look on it.
I
We
just
ain't been
can't
winning the
believe
league
that.
every year. You know, these man, they win the league every year. innit?
So
So
it's-
we haven't won a
they're
league
not
for nearly 21 years.
Bro, we're in a
I
big
know.
title race, bro.
So we, to me,
But what
both
about you?
games
Would
are-
you rather win the Champions League this season or the Premier League?
It's tight. It's tight.
Well, I'll tell
Would you
what,
rather take the Champions League trophy or the Premier League trophy this season?
I'm with Turkish. I edged the league, man,
This is
because we
ridiculous.
haven't
Oh
we
my
haven't
God.
won it. We haven't won it for so long,
I'm
right?
itching.
It's the thing that we do week in, week out. It's the thing that we do week
Don't
in,
you
week
agree?
out.
It proves who's the best if you
Yeah.
win your league.
And you
Do
kinda-
you agree with
so
that?
Domestic league is more important
Do
than
you know,
European.
if we took the Champions League, become second in the Premier League, I'd probably take that over it. But I think it's
Second
more,
in the Premier League. What do
and
you
then,
mean?
and then we win the Champions League is what I'm saying.
You know what it is,
I
right?
want the
For
Champions
me,
League. I
right,
do want
you
that
have more
trophy.
control over the league, right? You can see
yeah,
the
game-
pathway
yeah.
to it. Whereas with the Champions League,
But the new format is a bit like a league
yeah,
now
but
as
you
well.
it's still very, you know what I mean? You could get through, you do really well in that, and then next minute you got Real Madrid and you're out or something like. I don't know.
Are
I
you
just
more
feel,
scared of the Champions League than the
it's
Premier League? That's what
no,
you're
I'm
saying.
not more scared of it, but you just like, because you're doing it week in, week out, you have kind of more control over your progress throughout it, if you get my meaning. Whereas you can just be surprised by, you know, look at what you just said.
knockout games.
Look at the games you've got. You know what I mean? In comparison to, say, even us, we don't have as, you know, obviously we've got to go away to Inter Milan, but I think our draw was quite favourable when you looked at it. We weren't too
100%.
bad. So,
Yeah.
whereas in the league, you play everybody home and away, home and away. You got to have a certain level of consistency and achieve that week in, week out. And if you do that, you've got a great chance of winning.
But would it feel sweeter,
and plus,
Robbie?
we've come so close to winning that league now over the last couple of seasons that we're so desperate to win it.
desperately need
It's
to win
almost
that
like
league,
I
yeah.
feel a lot of fans are like, let's win that first and then we'll go for the Champions League after.
That's how I feel.
You're not used to that. You win your league every year.
Okay, but would you both? Sorry, let me
If
ask
we
you.
win Champions League this year and
I'll take that.
Man City win their 5th title, yeah,
It's a lot.
we're not how can we be the best in Europe if they've just won the league
Okay,
I'll
5
claim it.
times?
Okay.
You will be.
I'll claim it.
You
We'll
will
claim
be.
it. We'll claim it. Of
If you win
course,
the Champions
man, claim
League,
it.
you're the best in Europe. Even
Okay.
if they win it
But
5
you're
times.
not the best in your country. How can you be the best in
and
Europe?
They competed in the same competition as you, and you won it.
But that's where
okay,
that's where
okay,
Robbie
okay,
comes
okay.
in.
I'm not
Okay,
going to
but-
jinx it for you
but
guys.
would you take beating City and Real Madrid in the Champions League, knocking them out, and then winning it over winning the Premier League?
Yeah, but that's different.
that's a good
yeah,
one.
but that's different because then
Why is
that's
that different?
because yes,
That's a
because
good one.
you know
You proved
you're
yourself.
like-
Listen,
Yeah,
Cecil,
you're proving
I want
yourself.
any of those two, I would take, right? But, right, you know, even if we beat all idiot teams all the way to winning the thing, I don't care, right? But to me, I'm with Turkish right now. If you ask me which one I want to win, I'm 51% league because we've come so close over the past couple of seasons.
Turkish did not say that. Turkish said
League.
Southampton is more
yeah,
important
Okay.
than
He
tomorrow's
didn't
game.
say
against
that.
PSG.
No, you're
No,
smacking
but
it because
can
he
I-
didn't say Southampton are bigger than PSG.
Can I bring
didn't
it back to that? Yeah. basically, the original question is this is how I framed it in my head. Yeah.
What's more important?
We lose 2-1 tomorrow to PSG. We beat Southampton 3-0 on the weekend. We lose to Southampton 2-1 on the weekend. We beat PSG 3-0 tomorrow. Which one do I take more? I ain't losing to Southampton this weekend. I'm not accepting a loss tomorrow to PSG either because I'm confident about it. But it's one we can get through, still qualify, still make the knockouts. We've seen bare Champions League
So
winners
why
lose
can't
games.
you win both games then?
We can.
Well,
no,
that's
it
what we want.
was a question though.
more
It was the question. What's
Yeah, but
It's not the one or the other. but-
Listen,
no,
both games are at home. The aim is obviously I think we need to try and win both games for sure. We need to win both games. We need to win that game because I said we drew our first game in the Champions League. And
I should have worn my Arsenal one of that. You
The
know, I got the
audacity.
Arsenal one of that
That is
T-shirt. You know that
ridiculous.
T-shirt, the red.
Yeah, I know with the Arsenal.
Yeah, I like
classic
that.
one.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we're gonna
Okay,
have to.
let's move.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna go to the next section with just the Arsenal fans do a predict 11. Before we say goodbye to Stu, just your score prediction. We'll save yours to after the predict 11. What do you think the score's gonna be?
I think it's going to be a draw.
Wow. Okay.
I hope we're going to win it, but I think it's going to be a draw. The Usman situation that came up this morning, I think he's changed the whole thing. Usman is bringing a lot this season. He's really on fire. I think it's going to be a huge miss. as I said, no disrespect to Kolomwani. I think he's a quality player, but he's been struggling for the past 2 seasons. He's not really delivering. I'm not relying a lot on Kolomwani, to be fair. Yeah. Asensio is injured. The front three is going to be a bit complicated, but I think we're going to concede. I think we're going to score. It's going to be a very tight game. I think 1-1.
Well, that's your score prediction. We're going to do our predict 11 now for the game. We'll find out who you think's going to start for PSG as well, Stuart, after we've gone through it. But let's just run through the team. Assuming in goal, David Raya, standard. Back 4 people. So you're saying if Ben White's in contention, which Arteta is saying,
I think personally, if Ben White's
might
fit,
be too.
if Ben White's fit for me, I'd go Ben White right back. I'd go Saliba, Gabriel, and Timber. That's what I'd go for this game if Ben White is fit.
And Calafiori.
I've got Lewis Skelly left back.
What?
Lewis Skelly.
Well, I mean,
no disrespect.
If yesterday's Calafiori news was as hard hitting as it could have been, because we've talked about it, right?
Yeah.
How many times are we going to keep on playing Timber off the back of this ACL before something happens and we look back and say, how did we bang him out like that? But there has to be a time when we, because he's played in every. I don't know.
Timber doesn't seem like he's
no one returns off an ACL never has a hiccup. Like you rarely see that.
He's been unreal. He's been unreal since he's back.
If he's fit, you play him. He's a big game man. This is why we bought these players.
We've also seen Lewis Skelly do well starting a game.
Listen, no disrespect to Lewis Skelly. I saw his mum on the weekend, man, and I was telling her how well he's done. He's done brilliantly. But this is a huge game, man. I mean, you got some.
No, it's not as usual at Southampton, apparently. So would you play him against Southampton then?
I probably would too.
No, for me,
I'm trying to keep Timber fresh for Southampton, innit?
That's the strategy.
Nah, Timber. It'd have to be Timber for me.
I said outrageous though. It's not really. I think that's why not Barcola, Lewis Skelly. Let's put him up again.
I think
he had a very good game against.
He come off the bench, man. We're gonna overrule that. I'll put Timber left back because Calafiori might be too soon for him to return, even though it doesn't seem like a major injury that they looked at. But let's go into the midfield. Does Partey start for you guys there? Jorginho? Do you put Rice?
Jorginho probably comes in for that, man.
Nah, to me, Partey starts with Rice, and then I'd have Trossard in there.
I'd say Jorginho, Rice, and
Why are you changing it for?
I think there's an argument for Jorginho to go in.
Again, Partey is a guy that we've seen crumble in the past. Why are we going to keep banging? I think we're light, and you know what I thought of the transfer window. So I'm trying to think about chances we can rotate here. So I think Partey faded in the last game. In the second half, he didn't really have a lot of control in the game. So this one's an opportunity maybe to bring Jorginho's. Jorginho's experience is there. He's played big
very
games.
Experienced player, but I think I'd start with the midfield that's been sort of playing week in, week out, which is with Partey and Declan Rice there.
Remember, we have a very technical midfield.
Yeah, they've got
so
good
if you bring like we have short players, if you bring physicality as in Partey, you might be able to challenge our midfield. Jorginho is a bit more technical.
He is technical, yeah.
So when he has in front of him Joao Neves or Vitinha, etc., it's probably the same style of midfielder.
Those are real strengths.
If you bring Partey with strength, he may be able to challenge them.
I'm actually stuck on who plays there, Jorginho or Partey. I think Arteta will go with Partey, but I think I'm going to leave this one to the comments. Do you start Jorginho here or do you put Partey or keep Partey in there? I think we agreed with the people in front. You said Trossard.
Well, I'd go
Rice.
Trossard.
And
would you go Trossard?
Yeah.
Who's your?
I mean, there's Ranieri, isn't it? There's a lot of people saying that
I think Ranieri can start
against
against Southampton. I think that's a good opportunity for him there. I think Trossard experience, Champions League, it makes sense.
Goal scorer as well. You know what I mean? I think people really underestimate that as well, is that when you've got Trossard on the pitch, you have that added goal scorer in your lineup. You know what I mean? And, he showed it again at the weekend. He scores goals, right? He scored a goal, so it was about 3. Now he's already scored this season. Very important player for Arsenal. There's been this narrative about Trossard that almost like he only scores goals when he comes off the bench. That's rubbish. He starts games and scores
now. He's playing a bit. And playing well in this position.
No, but even last season, he's even started games, scored goals. So it's not whether he comes off the bench and scores. He can start games and score goals as well.
I think he's found a new lease of life in the position he's playing. But I hear what you're saying. Last season, I don't know. I thought he was more of an impact player, but. Like you said, I think the numbers back your point, if I'm honest.
Whether he starts or whether he scores. He's in a very important part of that Arsenal team, and I definitely start him in this game.
Okay, front 3. Saka has to start, obviously. Where he's going to play.
I go Martinelli. I thought Martinelli, played well on the weekend, scored and an assist. Yep. And when his confidence is up,
Got to play.
You know, you want to keep him in, innit? You don't, you know, that's for me. So I'd go Martinelli. And again, I said he could have joy down those flanks, right? And down the middle is Havertz for me.
It's not Jesus for you down the middle.
Yeah.
Havertz for you as well?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that does kind of pick itself. I think you're right. I'm not going to argue. I put Jesus in there, but I don't expect him to.
I mean, Jesus was
play
great in the Champions League last year, wasn't he, for us? He's probably our main guy up front in the Champions League last year, but at the moment...
Has to be Havertz.
He needs to come on.
Has to be Havertz. Has to be Havertz. I just want to see, he'll probably come off the bench. Gabriel Jesus and Sterling will probably see off the bench as well. But that's the predicted 11.
Sterling and Gabriel Jesus on the bench. You have a good bench. You have a quality bench.
It's good.
Well, this is the type of player we need on the bench. Unfortunately, our bench is a bit poor. But
What's your
11? Yeah.
Start 11 will be Donnarumma is back, obviously.
Yep.
Defense, I think it's going to be Nuno Mendes, Hakimi on the sides. In the middle, we're going Marquinhos, captain, and the new Colombian guy Pacho. He's doing really well. We're really happy with him. Then midfield, Vitinha is back.
Jeez.
Warren Zaïre-Emery. And the new Verratti, João Neves.
Don't really have a defensive midfielder in it, though, do you?
Yes, we do have Fabian Ruiz.
So where's he?
He will be either Vitinha or Fabian Ruiz, depending on...
So which one will...
I'd go with Vitinha. If you have, for example, we had a conversation, if you have Jorginho, I'll go with Vitinha. If you have Partey, I'll go with Fabian Ruiz for the physicality.
It's a good midfield.
And from three will be Barcola, obviously, on the sides. Usman is not playing, unfortunately. We'll have to play Kolo Muani. And I think it's going to be Lee, the Korean.
Now, I had a question for you, yeah? What are PSG like from set pieces, defending set pieces?
We're not really good because we're lacking some tall players, to be fair. And you have more tall players than us, so I'll probably say you guys will be very dangerous on set pieces.
Good.
Hence why I'd probably go with Fabian Ruiz actually in the midfield because he can help a lot on set pieces.
We're good with them. All right, well, thank you for that, Stu. Let's get your score predictions, boys.
3-1.
Funny enough, right? That's what I said.
For Southampton?
that was 3-0. That one's 3-0.
Funny enough, I went 3-1 as well.
Really?
I don't know.
That's like 2-0.
Because I just feel that. Listen, it's no disrespect to to you guys. You're a very good side, but I just feel that you are going to attack us, right? And I think we can get joy down the flank. And now that you're telling me that set pieces is not a strength. Of
Gabriel
you guys, maybe.
Gabriel,
you know, that's one thing. That's one area Arsenal are very strong in set pieces. I'll go. I'll go
defending
3-1.
on set pieces.
3-1. I sent forward to socials this morning 1-0 Arsenal, but now I'm after speaking with Stu and the whole breakdown. There's probably going to be goals. It could be a draw though. You said a draw. It could be a draw. I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to change my prediction and go 2-1 to Arsenal, but. That's my score prediction. Again, I want to thank Stu for joining us for this preview. Really appreciate it. And
get ready for a great atmosphere tomorrow.
Merci beaucoup.
De rien.
Tell your fans to behave themselves. You know what I mean? Be marching all the way from Trafalgar Square
to
the thing and all black with flares. Hey, how do these men always get these flares in as well? Right? That's what I want to know, right? Yeah, I mean,
we can't reveal that
all the time.
All the time.
He's a bit underneath it. Make sure he takes his hat off, right, when he gets to the game tomorrow.
Thank you, Stu. The Prison in London now. If you want to find him as well, make sure you go check out his channel and all the stuff he's done. And again, thank you to Paramatch UK for sponsoring this video. And let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video if you like the video. And we'll see you at the game. Take care.
Allez, Paris.